Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Let me go and set up this room real quick and then we'll get started. It's 6:21 right now, so the market is going to open in about 9 minutes. So let's get this all set up here. And then we will get started with the trading session for the day. All right, today's Friday, January 28th. Set up right here. Looks good. I'm going to get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right. Oh. All right, guys, people are making their way in. So good morning, everybody. I'm gonna give it a few minutes for people to make their way into the room. Looks good. All right, guys, cool. It's 6:23 right now, guys, so we got about 7 minutes till market open. I'll give it some time before we get started. So good morning, Elvis. Good morning, Flemmy. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Kenneth. Morning, Peter. Good morning, Miles. Morning, Maria. Good morning, everyone. So today is Friday, January 28th. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you guys had a great trading week so far. It's 6:24 right now. Market is going to open in about 6 minutes. What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go see if there's any liquidity zones that I can draw up. Looks like there's a lot on the bottom, so we might have a lot of opportunity to catch a possible drop, but we'll see. There's a lot of liquidity on the bottom and on the top. See what happens here. All right, cool. All right, looks good. So there are the liquidity zones right there for the 1 minute. It's a lot on top and a lot on bottom, so we'll see how that plays out. Same here with the, I guess we consider this a clean chart. All right, cool. So here's a clean chart as well. I mean, same situation. A lot of liquidity on the bottom side, a lot of liquidity on the top side. 6:25 right now, so the market is going to open in about 5 minutes. There's a lot of news today, guys, so we got to be a bit careful. However, we will still be looking for trades if anything looks good. So here is the clean chart. It's 3 minute. And here is the 5 minute. One thing that you guys want to keep in mind is the session. So I leave the sessions on almost all day now because they have a big impact on these entries. So there's a couple of 5 minute version 3 entries that came up yesterday. The only ones that lost were around the session. So like when price gets near these sessions here, I don't usually trade. Like around this area, I know there's a couple entries, but I didn't take any trades around there. Same around here. Whenever price gets around these sessions, I usually just hold off, because even if price is bouncing off the sessions, it might look like a good trade, but it's an area of manipulation because price can go one way or the other. It doesn't necessarily need to bounce off and come straight down. It can be a fake out where it comes up and then it comes down. So, one of the main places where I look out for when I'm looking to take a trade is these sessions. So it's right out of sessions right now. So even though price is likely to come below, that's not guaranteed. Price can easily just come up and bounce right through. This is why I don't like taking trades around these points. So if price gets stuck around the sessions, I'm definitely not going to be looking to take any trades. So good morning, Rick. Morning, Mauricio. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Wesley. Morning, Essa. Morning, everybody. So it looks like majority of people are here in the room already. There is news coming up at 7, it looks like. So let me check the news real quick. This morning over here, we have news at 7 o'clock, which is a revised yield and consumer sentiment. So we have news coming up in about 30 minutes. Looking at retail sentiment, it's currently 62% long. So we're possibly going to be looking for sells today. Also looking at the fundamentals right here. They're also red. So it looks like we're good to go for a sell this morning, but we're not completely positive that it's going to drop just yet. However, you guys did see that there is a lot of liquidity on the bottom side, right? So, that's pretty much what I would be expecting. So, yeah, looking at this here, there's a lot of liquidity right here. So if we see this drop below, just keep in mind that if price reaches these areas right here, it's probably going to keep dropping even lower to down here. So something to keep in mind, but we're definitely going to be focused on taking a sell today, if possible. Morning, Jason. Morning, Ketan. Morning, Rick. Morning, Fahad. Morning, everyone. Matt said party time. Sean is a legend. Can't wait for next week. Right, Matt? Yeah, just want to be a bit careful today. It is Friday, so you guys want to be very cautious with these entries that you guys decide to take because, for obvious reasons. 629 right now. Market is going to open in about 50 seconds. You can see price pushing up right here. If price hits this area, it's probably going to hit liquidity and push up a little bit. But I think this will be a fake out. I think it'll push up and it'll come right back down. So you guys want to be very careful with that right there. Anyways, market is opening in about 30 seconds. But as I mentioned before, guys, with regards to retail sentiment and fundamentals, we're possibly going to be looking for a sell today. It's pointing towards a sell. We'll see what happens when the market actually opens though, and we'll confirm it. But you can see prices hitting liquidity. And then it's probably going to come right back down. There you go, as it hits liquidity, pushes up to next level. There you go. So let's see if it comes right back down, which is basically what I'm expecting right here. But as you guys can see, all the liquidity was hit right here. Now it's probably going to come on its way all the way back down. We'll see. All right, market is opening in about 30 seconds. As you can see, it's doing exactly what we anticipated. Broke right through, hit liquidity. Now it's coming right back down. So let's give it a few seconds. Market is now open, actually. Yeah, market is open, but it's not really moving too much. I'll leave those lines up for right now just to see where this goes. Looks like we'd be looking for a possible sell here off the 5-minute. Been looking at these 10-minute scalps as well. These 10 minutes have been hitting pretty nice. Yeah, I didn't realize the market was open, but it was open. And yeah, so as you can see, price is coming right back down. Pretty much what I drew up right there. Refreshing the fundamentals right now. It's currently up 6 points, but not very much. It looks like if it continues to drop, it's just going to get lower and lower. So currently right now, fundamentals aren't very strong. Retail sentiment is still 62% long. So I do think it's going to come crashing back down. And check this out. Did exactly what we anticipated, right? So everything right here that I drew up, I said price is going to push up, hit liquidity, and come right back down. That's exactly what happened here. So we have more liquidity down here. This is what you guys want to be looking out for, the liquidity on the bottom side. Fundamentals should now be red. So let's see, it's currently now red, 30 points in the red. Looking over here at the stock index, we'll refresh this. Currently right now, there's one stock that's really green. It's Visa. Visa is the only stock that's holding it up. Everything else is pretty much red for the most part. Basically Apple and Visa, these two are up. Everything else is very red. So we'll see, but you can see here, obviously price is pretty much dumping. It went exactly where I drew, right? From this area here, said price is going to come up, fake out, come right back down. Now I might hit liquidity down here and drop even lower. I'm not going to chase the sell though. I'm going to make sure that I have an entry before I take these trades. I'm not just going to hop in for no reason. All right, so nothing off the 5. Rick said I'm already in it, writing it down to the abyss. Yeah, no, Rick pretty much takes trades strictly off my analysis. So like right here, he saw me, I'm pretty sure you saw me draw this up, Rick, and then it came right back down. So if you caught that from right there, it's a nice drop. It's about 1,000, almost 2,000 pip drop right there. Went down, hit liquidity. It's probably gonna drop even lower. Right over here. Nice. Yeah, some of you guys caught the breakout. This is actually the breakout right here. Looks like it already hit full TP. Or it's almost there. I just wouldn't have taken it because it's right at the sessions. But, it's pushing right down. It hit liquidity right here, hit liquidity right here. Now it's dropping even lower. There's just the sessions right here. So this is why I was kind of hesitant to take the trade because, as you guys know, I just mentioned the sessions earlier, how price tends to be manipulated around that area, but see what happens here. It looks like it's going to hit full TP for the breakout. There you go, full TP. So the breakout right here hit full TP. If you guys are wondering why this was the breakout, so I know Steven, you're probably here. Let's see, Steven here. Yeah, so Steven, you're probably here. You asked the same question about the breakout every morning, and I'll explain it to you right here. This is a breakout because the retail sentiment was indicating that we're looking for a sell. Fundamentals are red. Right here on the 1 minute, we looked for a confirmation of momentum. This was the momentum signal right here. And then we're also looking for a strong red candle. You can see this red candle right here was strong because it had little to no wick on the bottom side. With that said, this would be the entry for a sell, and then you'd write it down full TP right here. So Steven, if I'm pretty sure you're here. If you're not, this is the video that you want to go back and refer to because you asked the same question about the breakout every morning. This is an example of a breakout. So again, Steven, let me just go through this one more time so that next time you ask, you have a video to refer to. Right here, retail sentiment is 62% long. So we're looking for sales with regard to retail sentiment. Fundamentals here are red. They're less than 100 points and it's consistently below 100 points. So this is going to indicate that we're looking for a sell. So since these two align, we're looking for a sell. Now going over to the chart, you can see from this point right here, we are looking for the direction momentum. Momentum right here was for a sell signal. There was no strong green candle here after 6:30. So there was no buy that was available. However, right here, we had a strong red candle with a sell signal. They don't have to be on the same candle, but they happen to be on the same candle here, and it fit the requirements. So Nick said he doesn't think Steven's here. It's all right. I'm going to explain this, and I'm going to show this to you, Steven, later, because you have the same question of, about the breakout every day, and it's always the same thing. So this is going to help you understand that, because there's literally this is as clear as it gets with regard to the breakout. So thanks, Nick, for letting me know. But let me just clean up the charts real quick. And it looks like we're good for now. So let me start looking for some other entries here. But as you guys can see from the liquidity zones right here, this it did exactly what I drew up, right? So I marked up this area of liquidity, said price is going to drop, and I said if it hits this area of liquidity, it's going to drop even lower. If you guys want to go back and rewatch my analysis, my entire analysis played out perfectly. As I've been saying and joking around with, I should start to create a YOLO account. If price reaches this area, it's probably going to drop even lower, so that I can take these trades and let them run without cutting into my scalps. So as you guys can see right here, it's, the analysis plays out perfectly. This is just the same thing that happens almost every day. As long as you guys can identify what's important and what's not important, plays a huge factor in identifying where price is likely to continue going. So, all right, let me just draw this stuff up right here. There goes the high and the low. All right. So looks good for the most part right here on the 1 minute. I'm gonna clean this up as well. Give me a clean chart right here. We do have news coming up shortly, guys, just FYI. So highlights right there. Here at 6. There it is right here. All right. So there's opening price. I have everything drawn up right here, so we'll see what happens, in the next couple minutes or so. There's no entries right here at the moment, nothing on the 1 minute, nothing on the 3 minute, and nothing here on the 5 minute either. There's possibly a low that's going to build up right there, possible pushback to the upside. One thing that you guys want to be careful of is the fact that it's at the London low. So there's a lot of areas here where it's going to be a bit risky to take any trades because it's currently around the sessions, but we'll see what happens next. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, Matt's a great analysis there, Sean. Yeah, no, definitely. Hopefully you guys locked in some profit off there. I know Rick did. Not sure who else did, but it did play out exactly how we anticipated. Nice. Randy said Sharon took that for 3,400 on demo, all based off Sean's analysis. Nice work, Randy. Yeah. Glad to see that. Rick said I would like to buy the K2 Sean clone, right? Nice. Yeah. SSU. Essa said I took it. Also, it was a good one. Thanks, Sean. Yeah. No, glad to see you guys. Glad to see a lot of you guys here. Lock profits in off that. I know I didn't catch anything myself. I'm a bit more conservative here on the live session. But yeah, I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here make profit directly off that analysis that I did prior to it happening. You can see right here, price is now dropping below. It's hitting these areas of liquidity. So it might drop even lower. If I see an entry here, then yes, I'll take it. But currently right now, I don't see a specific entry for me to take. I just want to make sure that there is some sort of entry providing a catalyst for my reason to enter the trade. I don't want to take anything for no reason, right? It's too risky. Especially because we have news coming up in about 20 minutes. But yeah, I'm back to being a bit careful. I'm not super careful, but I'm being cautious because there is news today. And I don't know, this week the market has just been kind of crazy, right? Market's kind of been going back and forth. So I think next week, usually NFP is kind of risky, but I think next week might be a bit smoother. What I've noticed over the years and over my time trading is usually if the market's kind of crazy during the week prior to NFP is usually going to be smoother. So hopefully that's the case here, because that's what happened in January, right? This month for NFP, the week prior to NFP, market was kind of crazy. And then January, everyone just killed it during NFP. So Might be the case again this year. So no snipes around here. We're not looking for any daily entries, so I'm not going to mark anything up on there, but I don't think there's anything running right now anyways. Yeah, we don't take the daily on Fridays. Back to the 1 minute over here. Price now bouncing off here. This is exactly why you guys wanted to wait a little bit. Wanted to wait for it to drop below here before it hits liquidity. You want to make sure that it enters areas where it's kind of bunched up like this right here. There's just one line right there, but right here it's really bunched up. So if it comes back down, it'll probably break through and drop even further through here. And you can see prices, it kind of faked out a bit and then starting to come down a little bit. This is a possible, it's kind of big though. Possible V3 here. I'd be careful though. If it closes below this sessions, I might take it maybe. But I gotta be careful with this here. Yeah, I think one thing to look out for is if it closes below the sessions, it might be a good V3 for the 1 minute there. And it didn't close below, so no entry off that. But yeah, if it did close below that, that'd be a good entry for the V3. I wouldn't take the V3 here because, as I mentioned, it's at the sessions. Not a good place to enter. His price can just bounce right off it. Yeah, Maddie says he's gonna chill off the 1 minute. Yeah, the 1 minute's kind of it is really risky. I would skip this. It's right at the session, so it might bounce right off it, which is exactly what's happening right now. No, it hasn't, Matthew. It hasn't hit yet, but it's like really close to it. That's why I wouldn't enter an area like this, because like whenever it gets near the sessions, I don't even enter it if it's bouncing off. Like for example, I wouldn't take it for a buy there because it could be manipulation where it can spike up and then come right back down, or vice versa. It can break below and then spike right back up. It's just a lot of areas here where price could, possibly fake people. Actually, this wouldn't even be a sell, guys. Sorry, this is I miss identify this. Or for the reason why this wouldn't be a sell here is because there's a sell signal here. So there's actually no entry off this one right here. So it's a good thing that we didn't take it, because it also wouldn't be a valid entry because there was no pending sell. So yeah, you're right, Essa. You would need a buy signal here prior to that sell entry. So we're actually looking for a buy here, not for a sell. We would need a low red candle and then a green candle after it. Yeah, I don't like this area either, Patricia. So no entry off that right there. That was just it was a mistake because I didn't look at it properly. But this area isn't good. I want to look for a sell, because when it hits this liquidity right here, it's probably going to drop pretty heavily. And there we go. As price hits the area of liquidity right there. That's weird. Let's see. But yeah, price just keeps bouncing around this area. Price hasn't hit this area of liquidity. It needs to hit below here before we see that spike around. But currently right now it's just like in a really risky area, so I wouldn't risk it. And as you guys can see right here, the range is getting tighter. So here's a clean chart right here. Price is pretty much ranging within this area right over here. We're looking for a possible buy for the V3 because currently right now it has a sell signal. So we're looking for a possible buy. But there just is, I mean, there isn't anything for us to take at the moment. Rick's in the sell. So he actually caught the sell. He's trying to catch it to the liquidity down below. I mean, I wouldn't even want to take a buy. If I saw a buy, I probably wouldn't take it because the fundamentals and retail sentiment, 64% long. I'm definitely looking for a sell here. Fundamentals are currently down almost 300 points. Definitely looking for a sell. So even if I saw a buy, I probably wouldn't take it. So yeah, I think Rick's fine being in that sell right there. Ken went all back down to news breakout from 130 consolidation on the card. Yeah, no, definitely. I can see consolidating from here. All right. Yeah, we got news coming up in 13 minutes, like Maddie said. We have the revised UOM sentiment. Revised UOM consumer sentiment right here at 7. We'll see what happens. It looks like it's predicted to be neutral, but who knows? It could be a toss-up. We'll probably have to wait for it because there's nothing really going on right now. Price is just going sideways, but when the news comes out at 7, if it spikes it below here, it'll probably drop even lower because all liquidity down here. So that's something to possibly look out for. But I don't like it when price is moving around the session. So this red line right here is a London low, and it's just it creates an area of manipulation, right? Price just keeps ranging within this area. So what I could anticipate, even since price is consolidating right here, price is either going to break out to the upside or it's going to break out to the downside. My guess is that it's going to break out to the downside because we have all this liquidity right here. But there's no guarantee that's going to happen. If that doesn't happen, price will just spike up, then it'll come back down later. But you can see it just keeps going back and forth above the sessions, below the sessions, above the sessions, etc. No, Wesley, we're not looking for V1s on the 1 minute. I was just showing you guys that there was one that was possibly coming there, but we're not looking to take any trades off that. Definitely not looking at, the volatility is too high on the 1 minute, guys. So if you guys can see right here, each candle is moving at least like 500 pips. It's not worth trading on the 1 minute right now currently because volatility is just too high. If your stop loss is too close, you're gonna get stopped out. So it's not really worth the risk. And I mean, even so, there's just no entries here off the 1 minute anyways. Yeah, Brock said there's so much noise on the 1 minute, especially right now. It was moving slower when we were applying it more, but right now it's just moving too fast. So it's not really worth the risk. Yeah, next I'm getting into the trade once it hits liquidity. Let's see. Charlie said he saw a V1 here on the 3 minute. Guys, so for the 3 minute, from what I've seen, what from a lot of other people have seen, it's usually not a good time frame to trade on for the V3. So I mean, it does hit on 3 minute, but I don't think it's a good time frame to be trading the V3. I think 1 minute and 3 minute are probably some of the riskier time frames to trade the V3. I think the higher time frames work better. Actually, the 1 minute is okay sometimes, but the 3 minute seems to be like one of the riskier ones. So I see a lot of people trade on the 5 minute and the 10 minute. 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute have been solid for a lot of people. So I don't know if that's something that you guys want to look at, but I'm probably going to stick to the 5 minute here. This is technically going to be if this closes, this technically be a V3 entry, but I'm not looking to take this here because it's so close to the sessions and it's too far too. This candle here is too big. It exceeds the 750 pip maximum. So not really looking to enter that there. Let's see. Same with this right here. So if you guys go back to this one at 540, yeah, 540, I wouldn't have taken this because it's so close to the sessions, right? And you can see if you took this trade here, well, actually you wouldn't have taken it because it's too big of a candle. But also, even if you were to take it, I wouldn't have because it's so close to the sessions below here. And my screen keeps turning off. I fix that. I don't know if you guys can see that on your screen. My screen keeps it's not my main screen, it's my monitors. I think the power cord is loose. Fix that later. Yeah, so we do have a V3 coming up here on the 5-minute, but it's not one that we would take. It's too big of a candle. Gotcha. Okay, Randy said 3 seems to be so for Asia. Yeah, I think the 3-minute is just too risky. Even Sam here. Sam said I think 3-minute is less accurate for the V3. I agree because there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise on the 3-minute. There's a lot of noise on the 1-minute. So it's a bit risky. Yeah, Ken said V3 seems good in a range market for the 1-minute. I can see that, Ken, because since the volatility is high, if it bounces back and forth on the 1-minute, it's easy to catch. So I do definitely agree with you using it possibly on the 1-minute. Just during directional markets, it becomes risky because it moves too far off. So I'm just going to delete this stuff right here. But as you guys can see, there's a lot of liquidity down here still, guys. So if price does drop below here, you can probably expect it to dump right through. A lot of area of liquidity right there. Let's move this a little higher. James asking, been away for a while. What does the V stand for? The V just stands for version. So like Nick mentioned, variation is a strategy. There's different versions of the variation. There's a V1, V2, V3. So it's just short for version. See if there's anything else here for us to take. So as you can see, price is dropping right below. It looks like it's going to hit liquidity. If it does, it's probably going to drop even lower. Yeah, Maddie said a triple confluence possibly if we see that there. No, it spiked right back up. Yeah, so no triple confluence off that, but maybe on the next one. Yeah, it might come down lower. So it's creating more lows right here, which is okay because it's going to create another area of liquidity. So if this closes like that and price pushes up, this is actually going to be a good area to trade. So I'll show you guys why. So as you can see right there, price is creating areas of liquidity. So as you can see, there's double lines down here. The double line is now right here. So if price comes below here, it'll probably break through pretty heavy. And then it'll spike right down to this level. And then it'll spike down to the next level as well. There's 2 areas of liquidity right there. Peter said CNBC bridge collapses in Pittsburgh hours before Biden visits to promote infrastructure projects. Wow, the irony, huh? It's crazy. Yeah, so I guess he's a little too late with those infrastructure projects. Right, so price is breaking. Oh, it's not breaking below, but if it breaks below these 2 areas right here, then it's probably going to spike even lower. Yeah, possible. So possible triple confluence right here if it closes below this, this area below here. Let's see. And it's definitely wicking a lot right here. The news is coming up shortly though. So I'm probably not going to take it, guys. News is coming up in about 4 minutes. So even if we do get a triple confluence right there, I'm probably not going to take it. The news is coming up shortly. Yeah, I'm not going to risk it. Maddie said news coming. I'm not trying to lose my profits. Yeah, no, same here. The news is coming up. It's too soon. So I'm not looking to take anything too risky here. But as you guys can see, there is the triple confluence. It's not here yet, but it's coming up. So let's move this a little lower. Yeah, so I'm going to wait for the news to pass. And then maybe we'll look for some entries after there. Let me scroll up real quick. Scroll up, let's see. Lisa said it's wicking on the 1 minute buy order block over and over again. I think once it breaks through, it'll have a solid run. Yeah, I know, I agree too, Lisa. I'm gonna have to create an order block indicator. It's just there's a lot of order block indicators out there, but they're not all reliable. See, there's one around this area. I know this is one that a lot of people use. Yeah, so looking at this right here, there's actually an order block right here. So price keeps bouncing off this order block. You know, obviously if it breaks below, it's going to continue dropping, but yeah, we'll have to see where it goes from there. A lot of these order blocks are sitting around liquidity as well. There's a lot of liquidity down here. So yeah, no, it definitely looks like it, Lisa. Other than that, I mean, price just keeps ranging within this area, lower and lower. Hello. All right, looks like price is now hitting that area of liquidity or it's breaking through it. So as you guys can see, prices, and this is the high, this is the triple confluence right here that we were looking for. Or no, it isn't anymore because I already touched it. So it's no longer a triple confluence. It's just a high-low entry. It's a double confluence actually. So it's a high-low with a pivot scalp and actually it's just a pivot scalp and intraday entry. But as you guys can see, it's hitting liquidity. So that whole area right here that we drew up, I mentioned if price was going to finally break below here, it's going to drop pretty heavily. And that's exactly what's happening here. The reason why I'm not looking to take any trades yet is because news is happening in about 1 minute. So when the news happens right now, it might affect the market. So I'm not looking to enter this just yet. Yeah, I know the news kind of screwed us over because news is happening right now. Right there. So yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, nice. Yeah, Lisa said she took a short from 33,920, but already stopped out. I'm a big yellow at the moment as my account got fairly sideways for the week. Yeah, no, definitely. So news is coming out now. Looks like price is coming back down, but let's see what happens here. I'm not looking to take anything around this time until it was negative. So negative news right there. You know, it's more fuel to the fire with this drop right here. Price is hitting liquidity and it might drop to the next level. So if you guys see a spike down, you know, no surprise, we kind of anticipated it already. But I'm not looking to enter just yet. I need to see if market reacts to the news. And there we go. Price is dropping lower and lower and lower. It's hitting those areas of liquidity. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, there's not really much for us to take at the moment. There's nothing on the 5 minute. There's nothing here on the 10-minute. No snipes. Yeah, no snipes. No daily. Yeah, there just isn't anything for us to take here at all. But price is dropping pretty much to where we identified. It hit liquidity, not drop below. It's probably gonna drop even lower. It's just gonna be a matter of time until it does. All right, so let's see what happens here. Still looking for a V3 entry, but I would preferably look for a sell if I could find one, but there's obviously nothing that's available right now. I'll delete these areas here because price is already broken below. As you guys can see, there's another area of liquidity right below. So if price ends up cutting below here, it'll drop to this next area of liquidity, most likely. Clean this up right here as well. All right, so here's a clean chart. You guys can see not really much is happening. And just keep in mind, guys. So another reminder for you guys to keep in mind is that today's Friday. Friday is one of the riskier days to trade. A lot of people are selling off. A lot of people are trying to buy the dip off that sell off. So today's still considered risky. So that's why I'm being, more conservative. I don't want to throw away my profits from this week. I made a pretty decent profit rate this entire week. I'm not looking to throw it away to take some risky trades here on a Friday, right? So that's why I'm being very cautious with what I'm taking, being cautious about what I'm looking to enter, because last thing you want to do is make a ton of profit all week and then throw it all away on Friday. And I've seen a lot of people do that almost every time. And it's not a good look because it just, it's inconsistency. So you guys definitely want to, be consistent with your profits, be consistent with your analysis, be consistent with everything. Usually I don't even trade on Fridays, so that's why I haven't taken anything, even though we've seen these areas where there's obvious entries. But yeah, if I don't see anything here for any V3s, I'm not going to take any, but that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for a V3 entry. I'm still looking at V1s, but there hasn't been very many V1s here anyways. V2s as well, but there hasn't been any of those. Mostly V3. And on the 5-minute, not the 1-minute, because these candles are too big. So if you guys are just, getting up to date with what the market's looking like, it's been moving very quickly. So every candle is like almost 500 pips. Thing is, if your stop loss is 300 pips, you're gonna get stopped out before it hits your TP. That's why you guys want to be a bit careful with those types of entries there. Not sure if this was a V3 right here. Let me see that. Can't even tell if this was a green candle or a red candle. Let me see if I could see on MT4. Looks like it was a red candle. So there wouldn't have been an entry there anyways. Oh, is it green? So yeah, if it was green, then this would technically be a V3 entry for the 1-minute. So, if you took that V3 entry right there, would have been a full TP. Looks like, yeah, straight to full TP. So as you guys can see, the V3 strategy works on the 1-minute as well. It's just riskier because, for the obvious reasons, it's just too much noise here. But I'd probably, if I was to apply any of the strategies here on the 1-minute, it would be the V3 out of the V1 and V2, because you can't use a fixed stop loss for the 1-minute anymore because the market's too volatile. You kind of got to trade off what the market's giving you with regard to volatility and stuff. But yeah, that 1-minute right there hit full TP. Again, right here on the 3-minute, Charles mentioned that there's a 3-minute V3 coming. I think this would be too big of a candle, so I wouldn't be taking it. Yeah, it's way too big. It's about like 850 pips. The cap's still going to be at 750, so just too big. I wouldn't take this trade right here, but this is another example of V3. However, the 3 minutes probably one of the worst time frames to trade it on. So I mean, I personally wouldn't trade it. Also, it's rejecting off the sessions right here. So I would not take that at all. For sure, not take this one. You know, the market conditions change from day to day. Lately, they've been like right at the sessions. That's why it's been, I mean, it's been pretty difficult to take anything today, because when it's at the sessions area, it just it causes a lot of manipulation where price is likely to bounce off or prices to break through. There's really no saying where price will go. Yeah, D said I want to get away from the sessions. Didn't exactly, and I do too. I was hoping it was going to drop lower. So if it dropped lower, it'd be so far away from the sessions. But currently right now, it just keeps coming right back to the sessions. I think like what a lot of you guys have noticed was that there were order blocks down there. That's one that Lisa noticed. So, you know, that's probably what's causing these pushes back to the upside. But if price breaks below the order blocks, it's probably going to drop pretty heavily. So as you guys can see, let me hide this. There's an order block right there, order block right there, order block right there. So every time price came down to this area, it just bounced right back up. You know, order blocks are subjective though, so that's why I don't really use them very much. But that's like one reasoning that Lisa has identified. I don't have a specific indicator that I use. I just type in order block, Randy. So, but I don't recommend using any of those indicators. I mean, those indicators will give you like a decent view of where the order block will be, but it's not going to be exactly. Identifying order blocks are so subjective. If you look up any videos how to identify order blocks, everyone explains them completely different. So I'm not, you know, I don't know who's completely right or completely wrong, but order blocks are very subjective. If it's not one that I recommend people use unless they're like really good at identifying them. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot on there, Randy. If you go on the indicator list and you just type in order block, there's a whole bunch. You can probably play around with it, see what you like better. I think a lot of people use the nephew one, but yeah, there's too many. And if you use them all, Randy, like if you use the different indicators, you'll see that order blocks are completely different on each one. So that's why you want to be very careful which one you use. I don't use any of them specifically, so I don't have one to recommend to you guys. But you guys do want to be careful with using them. All right, so this got pushed up a little higher right here. Yeah, I mean, it just keeps pushing up higher. I literally just moved it. There you go. Yeah, Barack said I wouldn't trust him unless I've coded it and back tested and front tested it. Yeah, guys. So like for me, I don't use any other indicators aside from the ones that I've created. All the K2 indicators are the ones that I use normally because I actually created them. So I know how they work. I know exactly what tweaks need to be made and stuff like that. I don't like using any public indicators because you don't know you honestly don't know what's going on with the indicator. One thing that you guys want to be careful of too is if you guys are using a public indicator, the author of that indicator can change the settings if he wants. Like if he just wants to screw up the settings so you guys can't use it anymore, that's what he would do. And you guys want to be very careful because you guys might be too dependent on, you know, a specific order block indicator. And then all of a sudden you just start losing trades because they mess with the settings. You know, not everyone has the best intentions out there. So you guys want to be careful when it comes to situations like that. I've seen it happen to a lot of people. So you guys want to be careful. So yeah, that 3 minute there that Charles was just referring to just hit TP. So there was a V3 that was right here. Obviously, we didn't take the trade, but Charles did mention it. V3 right there. There was a low that was red, followed by a green candle, and it hit full TP right there for 850 pips. So nice work, Charles. I know Charles identified it. We both said we weren't going to take it, me and Maddie, because it was at the sessions. And there you go. As price continues to push up higher, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. It's kind of messy. Now I bounce off the sessions and come right back down. So we'll see what happens here. But this is cool, Maddie, because now that price is up here, we can start looking for V3s for a sell, which is what we were looking for anyways. Yeah, so if it bounces off this, this could possibly be an entry for a V3 on the 5-minute. Looking over at retail sentiment, 65% long. I'm definitely looking for sells here. They're stacking up the buys, just like we were discussing earlier. I forgot who mentioned in the group, but yeah, they are stacking up buys. You can see a lot of people are bandwagoning onto these buys here, which means price can come crashing down at any moment. So total fake out right there because retail sentiment is up. Fundamentals are still down 148 points, 158 points. Nick said gonna smoke a bowl, getting antsy. Yeah, you might just want to chill out, Nick. It's probably your best option, especially on a Friday. I mean, maybe this is your your cue to just chill out for the day. I mean, I'm still waiting for a trade up. Obviously, I want to take a trade if I can find one. If I don't find one, though, I'm not going to force anything. It's just no FOMO and just patience. Yeah, I found the V3s in the last mentoring session. Maddie said it's waking off an order block on the 5-minute. I don't see it on mine, but you probably see it on yours. You're probably using a different indicator. But yeah, guys, for me, I don't use any order blocks to actually analyze. I just use it for like an extra confirmation if necessary. But yeah, it's rejecting right off here. So if it rejects off here, this is going to be the high that we're looking for. And then if we have a red candle after it, it's going to be a V3. So it's waking off a lot of areas. So Sam confirmed that it's waking off the SR zone on the 10-minute. Maddie said it's waking off an order block. So guys, this is great. Like if you guys can do that and just give everyone confirmations, right? If you guys see something on a different time frame, just let us know. Just type in the chat so that we all kind of have an idea of like what's coming. Because if we're all anticipating price waking off a certain area, if you guys are looking on different time frames, then what's probably going to happen here? It's probably going to drop, right? So this and waking off the session too. So like Ken right there also mentioned. So Sam said that it's waking off the zone on the 10-minute. Maddie says waking off an order block. Ken said it's waking off the session, which is correct. It's waking off the session right here. This price is probably going to bounce off here. If everyone sees a different rejection on multiple time frames, odds are it's probably going to come down from here. So if I do see a V3 entry, then I'll probably take it. Obviously, I want to be a bit careful because there's going to be a London low right here, but I'm going to mark it up, possibly. I just said Nick said waking up your mom. Yeah, there's wicks everywhere. So let me see what else we got over here. I think that's it. Yeah, Peter said it's preparing for a nice drop. I can see it. All right, so there's a red candle that we were looking for right there. If this closes, this will be a V3 sell using the variation. But I mean, who knows? We'll see. We'd have to close below there and price cannot push above this line. If price pushes above it, then it's going to create another high, obviously. So we'll see what happens there. Also for the 10-minute here, if it wicks off this 10-minute sessions, this can create an actual entry as well off the 10-minute candle. All right, so no entry off there anymore, guys. You can see price actually broke above, so there's another high that's being built off that there. So as you guys can see here, if you go on the 10-minute, if this closes as a green candle, the next candle could be a V3 off the 10-minute. So this is going to be a strong confluence for the 5-minute because if it's building up on here, it's probably going to build up on here. If these two line up with the same entry for a V3 for the 5-minute and the 10-minute, it's probably going to drop pretty heavily. Yeah, I mean, it's Nick said it kind of close to the sessions. It is. Barack said, is it correct to say we'd have a V3 on the 15-minute? I'd have to check. Let me see. And I don't even have a sorry, guys. I don't even have a chart here to let me just make a copy. So this is gonna be the testing chart. So let me go over here on the 15. So there's none here on the 15. The high would have to be green and the low would have to be red. So nothing here on the 15, guys. I'm gonna move this over here for testing just in case it's ever necessary. But yeah, nothing off that there. The 10 minutes here is still gonna, if it closes right there, then it'd probably be an entry for another beat. Man, what the hell's going on? There's like a dead area under my desk. Whenever I put my feet under a certain area, my screens just turn off. I gotta fix that. I'll do that after the session. But yeah, going back to, I mean, there's nothing here on the 1 minute, obviously. I'll update the high lows when they actually create one, but right now it looks like everything here is going to be mainly focused on, there's actually probably going to be a V3 right here for a 3 minute as well. So one right there. Possibly one right here too on the 5 minute. You know, if it closes above here, I actually wouldn't mind it because it's going to be like right at that sessions. Same on the 10 minute. So it looks like we have a possible V3 coming up on the 10 minute, also on the 5 minute, and also on the 3 minute. There's actually a lot of them that are possibly coming. It doesn't look like we're going to get one on the 3 minute, but it looks like the main leading ones here are going to be the 5 and 10. Nick said a triple confluence V3, right? I mean, that'd be a definite entry for the V3 there. So buy signal right there. We need that buy signal in order for us to look for a sell. We can't take a sell yet until we have that buy signal. So this is actually good. But I want this 10 minute here to close with this buy signal here. We want it to close the buy signal so we can look for a sell. So yeah, let's have it close strong if possible. Peter said triple confluence V3 sounds like a movie. All right, so we got about 15 seconds. I want this to close as a strong green candle. If this closes as a strong green candle, it's going to fit the confluence for basically 3 V3 time frame entries, which is pretty crazy. If you got 3 of them, it's a lot. Going back to the 3 minute, that's fine. You can keep pushing up higher. Perfect. Okay, so this is exactly what we were looking for, guys. This right here, we have the high. We just need this to close as a red candle. If it closes as a red candle, this would be an entry on the 10 minute. So looks good right there. Entry right here as well on the 5 minute. And possible entry on the 3 minute as well if this closes. No, so nothing on the 3 minute. Nothing on the 5 minute either, actually. It's still pushing up a little higher. Nothing on the 10 minute. So as you guys can see, the market is playing around a bit. There's nothing available here on the 10. There's a new high that's been established on this candle. Same with this 5 minute and same with this 3 minute. So nothing here at all. Arain said, wouldn't the 10-minute be a daily buy? Yeah, it would be, but we don't trade the daily on Fridays. Because the thing is, the daily trade can run for a long time, and you don't want to be holding on to that trade when the market closes, the next couple hours, because it can run for like hours, and you'd have to be out of it before the end of the day. So yeah, technically, if you're looking for the daily, this would be the daily, but it's not one that we would take specifically because it's a Friday. But yeah, that would technically be the daily right there. 630 is right here, and that fits the requirements. Other than that, there's no snipes available here. This is a possible snipe that's building up right now, actually, off this candle. So if it closes, this could be a possible snipe. Looking over here at the scalp, there's nothing here for a V3, nothing for V3 here, nothing here on the 3, nothing here on the 1. So there really isn't much for us to work off right now. Technically, there's probably going to be one right here off the 1 minute, it looks like. But as I was mentioning before, guys, I'm not looking to take anything here off the 1. It's too risky. Yeah, this candle's too big too. Way too big. It's too big and it's getting close to the session, so I wouldn't even take it if I saw it there. It's just too risky. I wouldn't take it because there's sessions right here. I mean, you could break right through it. Who knows? I just find it risky, but it doesn't look good. Yeah, let's see if this hits. It'll probably hit. I could see it hitting, especially because it's been overextended. Also looking at the retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is currently 64% long, so we're definitely looking for sells. Fundamentals are currently at, it's not below 100 anymore, or actually it is. It's below, it's 141. Let's see if there's any news right now. Dow falls as the worst market sell-off since March 2020 continues. Yeah, other than that, I don't see anything else here for us to really look at. Looking over at the actual stock index, let's refresh this. Currently, yeah, the main stocks that are holding it up are still Visa and Apple. These are basically the two main stocks here that are green. Everything else is pretty much red for the most part. Going back to the charts, here's a 1 minute. There it goes, pushing down. So I think the main area here that would need to pass would be the sessions. You can see it as soon as it got to the sessions, it bounced right off, right? Because you have a lot of pending orders there. A lot of people use these areas to enter trades. That's why you guys want to be very careful trading around the sessions, because as you can see, there was probably a bunch of buy limit orders right here because they were expecting it to come up, come down for a retest, and then possibly bounce right off it. So that's why you see that big spike there. Man, I don't want to show my throw right now. But yeah, so right here, you can see when it comes down, you saw like as it bounced, right, guys? So it slowly came down. As soon as it hit the New York low, it bounced right up because there's a bunch of buy orders that were pending right there. Now that those buy orders have been triggered, price will do one of two things. It'll either come back down and break right through it, which is probably what's going to happen because it just faked out all the people who entered the buys, or it's going to continue pushing up higher. So let's see how this plays. Peter said, have a shot at tequila, it'll help your throat. I know, right? I gotta start having a couple before we get on these live sessions, especially with this market stressing us out. But yeah, guys, so it's dropping right there. It's looking pretty good for the most part. There's nothing here off the 5 minute. There's not gonna be any entries. It's too close to the sessions. Nothing here off the 10 minute. So we don't really have any entries here off the 10, 5, or 3. The main one that we have currently running would be this 1 minute, which I'm not necessarily in, and not one that I recommend people take. It's too risky, but it could play out. I mean, don't get me wrong, it could easily play out. Analysis usually plays out, even though I don't feel comfortable with it. But yeah, we'll see. So it's 7:30 right now, guys. We have about 30 minutes, more market to trade in for this live session. And if I don't catch anything today, it's fine. I don't, whenever Friday comes up, I don't plan on taking anything. I did take a couple trades last night, so I will take, I'll take some screenshots of what I took last night. I was active in the chat yesterday because I was trading during Asia. Not trading heavily, but I was trading during Asia. I took one trade. It was actually a V3 off the 1 minute because volatility was so low. And then I could show you guys, pretty much what I took there. Let me see if I could log into my MT4 so that I could take a screenshot of my profits. And there you go. It's price breaks below the full area there. Oh, that's why. Okay, let me add my other account on here. But you can see prices, it dropped below, then it bounced right off the session. So that's why you guys want to be careful about trading around those areas, because that's normal. You can see a lot of manipulation around that area with a lot of pending orders just sitting there. All right, let me log into this. And there you go, full TP. So the full TP off that trade from earlier. Basically the V3 on the 1 minute, solid. Took a couple screenshots of the trades I took earlier. All right, so there we go off that right there, guys. So as you guys can see, the V3 works pretty much on all time frames. It's just it's riskier on certain ones than others. So the 1 minute right here, you can see there was a V3. We had a high, the green candle, followed by a red candle right here. Stop loss at the previous high, TP equal distance away. Full TP right there, like basically no drawdown. So Jason, hopefully you locked in some good profit off that, because I know you were in it. It's like Jason might have hit some nice points off there. Anyways, going back to 5 minute, there's no entry there. Obviously, there's no entry off the 10 minute. There is no entry here off the 3 minute either. This is possibly going to be a V3 for a buy if this closes as a red candle. But as I mentioned, I don't like trading around these sessions right here. Even though this hit full TP, I would have considered it very risky because it's so close to the sessions right here. So back to retail sentiment, currently down 63%. Fundamentals currently down 182 points, 165 points actually. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. This candle here just closed and it dropped lower, so it doesn't look like it's going to be an entry for a buy, which is okay. So I'm not really looking to take a buy anyways. Yeah, as I said, I'll call it a day and keep my profits before I do something stupid. Rick said this market is poo-poo. Yeah, I know exactly. There's not really much for us to take. I mean, there's a lot of entries that we saw here, a couple entries, actually, not a lot. A couple entries that we possibly saw here that were, okay, but they were too risky for me to want to take, especially on a Friday. Let's see. Essa said, thank you guys. See you all next week. Yeah, definitely, Essa. We'll see you then. Yeah, so it's 7:30 right now, guys. We got about 30 minutes left in the market. I'll be hanging around. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Let me check my schedule to see when we'll have our mentoring session next week. So next week, I could have a mentoring session either on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So either February 1st or February 2nd. I'll put up a poll in the group to see where everyone wants to have it, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'm open to answering any questions right now. I don't think I'm looking to take any trades because it's getting close to 8 o'clock. It's also Friday, so I'm not looking, nothing good happens in the market on Friday after 8. It usually ends up being super volatile, super crazy, super risky. So I'm probably going to be a bit careful. But if you guys do have questions, I'm here to answer your questions if you need help with anything. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat over here. So Sam has this question right here. Let me read it. It's a question that everyone has been asking me almost every day. Sam said, "Hey Sean, do you think it's possible to create an alerts option for the high-low indicator?" So the problem with creating an alert for that indicator, Sam, is the fact that it repaints. The thing is, it doesn't establish until 5 candles later, right? Like this high-low doesn't stay there. If price pushes past it, it's going to keep creating a new high-low. So there's no way to create an indicator right now. We're currently working on it, but it's probably not going to be easy to create, because the thing is, the alert will come up if there's like an actual, if it's been established. This thing here is still pending. Every time, like for example, right here, this low, if this keeps getting touched, it's going to create a new low. So it's going to give you an alert there, and you can see right there, see how it repainted? This is why you can't create an alert, because it can't alert you until it's actually closed. And right here, price broke below it. There's 5 candles, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th one, and it created a new low there. So there's no way to create an alert for it just yet. I mean, obviously, TradingView is always updating their system, so there's probably going to be a solution at the in the future. But currently, right now, we've been working around it. My brother's currently working on the new code. He just created me this hourly indicator right here. So you guys can see this dotted line. Normally I draw the dotted line here, but my brother created this one here, which is the K2 hourly breaks. So I can see where the market is moving. He's currently looking to see if he can create an alert indicator too. So as you guys can see, let me just delete. The hourly breaks indicator pretty much draws up the lines every hour. But we're definitely going to be working on something to set an alert. So hopefully we'll get it. But yeah, Sam, it's a common question, and it's no problem. Everyone's asked for that, which would be very useful for us all here. But yeah, hopefully we'll get that soon. Other than that, let's see. Nice. Jason said, "Hey Sean, I made 1,300 off that 2K from passing his FTMO. And he made it all today." Yeah, no, nice work, Jason. I know you took that sell. When you said I'm in the sell, let's go, I was like, man, I really hope this hits TP for Jason, and it did. So I'm glad it hit your TP there, because it was a risky trade, but you trusted my analysis. So thanks for that. And it hit your TP. So you're almost you're really close to passing your FTMO. Yeah, no problem, Jason. Nice. Yeah, once you're funded, you can start taking less risky trades like me, because once you guys get funded, it's all about staying funded, right? It's not about taking any of these crazy risks. But you're in a challenge, so it's all good. It's okay to take risks sometimes, especially on a challenge. Yeah, Talanji said 0 losses, so we can't complain. No, definitely, yeah. The way that I see it, guys, if you guys don't have any losses for the day, I consider that a win, because you guys avoided, horrible circumstances when it could have been easily avoided. So see if there's anything else here. Let's see, Nick said I'm up 200 profit for the week, but absolutely no losses this week as well. So I'd say it's a great week. Just got to pick up my pace in order to pass my challenge. Definitely, Nick. That's key there. As long as you guys don't lose or you end up in green at the end of each week, that's key, because you just need a couple green weeks to pass your FTMO. PC's asking, can we have an indicator for liquidity areas? So we kind of currently have one right now. My brother created one where it doesn't necessarily have a long line, but he has one where it creates a line. Like, so when the low gets established right here, it'll create a line. The only problem is that it doesn't extend all the way out. So, something I can probably talk to my brother about. I don't know if he's in here. Justin, are you in here? I think, yeah, he is here. So yeah, Justin, if you can, I know you created one that creates a small line, but maybe you can create one that goes across the entire screen here to create the liquidity zones so that it's just drawn across the board. We'll see if we can get that option created on there. My brother play around with it. But yeah, no, I mean, that would be good if we could have that. Let's see, go to the 5 minute real quick. Yeah, possible V3 right here off the 5 minute, guys. It's a little risky because it's so close to the session. So I don't know if I would take it, but it is looking like a possible. What did I do? Crap. Actually, it's too big of a candle, Maddie. It looked good initially. Now it's just too big of a candle. Because the thing is, it's going to cut through the sessions right there. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, it's way too big now. I'm definitely not going to take that. All right, Joshua. Yeah, Joshua said, great trading week. Have a good weekend, Sean. Definitely, Joshua. I'll see you next week when we pick back up on Monday. Scroll down a little bit. Yeah, Matt said the 1 minute V3 crushed it. Life on the edge. I agree. Jason said, Sean, stop what you're doing this, bro. You are changing lives. You'll forever be blessed. One day I'll be a great trader like you and do the same. Definitely, Jason. Yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly why I continue to do this, right? I could trade by myself, but I think trading with you guys makes things a lot better. When you guys trade solo, it gets like super like boring and lonely. Like if you're looking like just think about looking at these V3s by yourself all day, you get pretty bored. Now that we have these live sessions, it makes things kind of fun, right? Because everyone's making profit. Like you're celebrating someone else's profit, even if you didn't take the trade. Because in a lot of instances, you guys will see these V3s here and you guys will want to take it. Like for this V1 here, right? I wanted to take this, but I knew it was risky, so I didn't. Jason took the trade and it hit full TP. So we're celebrating Jason. Even though we were not in the trade, we feel like we were in it too because Jason won. So, it's always about giving back, guys. Like I've been trading for so long and I've traded solo for so many years and it just gets lonely and gets boring. Trading with you guys here in K2, it just makes everything a lot more fun. Because even if you're not taking the trade, if you have someone else in the group taking the trade, you're all there waiting for him to hit his TP. And that's pretty much what we did here with Jason. Went straight to TP, no drawdown. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Sam said, don't forget from the 1st February is releasing a extension option if you challenges up to 5. Oh, nice. Yeah. So like what Sam said here, Sam said if you're like 5% in profit, but you haven't reached your goal yet, FTMO will extend they'll extend your challenge. There's actually another buy right here, Maddie. I'm not sure if you saw it off the 1 minute. There was a buy V3 right there. Hit full TP already, but it was pretty solid, no drawdown. Oh, I saw Ken. Ken actually took it. Ken said a V3 just paid on the 1 minute buy. Yeah, so Ken actually caught that there. Nice, nice. Yeah, a lot of you guys actually caught it right here too. And actually it was a V2 as well. So another one right here, guys. These trades are coming in pretty quick, but I'm not looking to take anything right here because it's just too risky. So another V2 right here, guys. I mean, we have like a lot of strategies now. So like the V2 hit right there. We had the high, it was a strong red candle, no wick on top, full TP off that. And then also if you want to take a V3, this is actually a V3 as well. I mean, there's a lot of entries that just came up right here on the 1 minute. So full TP off the V2 and full TP off the V3 for whoever saw these right here. I mean, everything, a lot of these are hitting. Yeah, Maddie said, I don't really take the 1 minute. I should start taking a look at it. Yeah, because there's a bunch of entries here that just came up. There was a V2 and a V3. Jeremy said, we're going to be hitting every retracement, because that's kind of what's happening right here, right? Every time price retraces, there's an entry for a buy, entry for a sell. Again, right here, there's another V1. So check this out. There's another V1 right here if this closes for the 1 minute. You guys got to be really quick to take these trades though. So like for me, I probably wouldn't take these because it's hard to take them on the live that quick. But yeah, possible V1 right here. Possible V1 and a V3 actually. Actually, no, it hit another low. Yeah, Milzon said not a V3 pending buy. It was a V3 pending buy earlier, Milzon, but it's not there anymore because the low got pushed down. There was a low right here and it was a green candle. So it'd be a V3 that's pending. This would be a V3 pending as well because there's a pending buy. Yeah, Jane, if you want to catch up with all of these variations that we've been taking, watch all of the previous mentoring sessions. So see the mentoring session from this week. I have group mentoring sessions every week. So if you go to the YouTube channel, Jane, it's really simple to just go and look at all the videos here. So let me see if I could pull this up for you. So yeah, if you go over here to the page, the K2 page, Jane, all you got to do is go to the videos, and basically all the videos here with the green background are going to be the mentoring sessions. So just go to all the mentoring sessions, go in order though. So go to this week's and go to the week before that and the week before that. And then you can see all of the version 3s. There's the version 1, version 2, version 3, because that's what we've mostly been applying the past couple months or so. The version 3, we just came up with that this week. So that's brand new. You'll see it on this video here. You'll probably see the V2 over here on this previous one. And then the V1's like way before. So there's a lot. I mean, there's V1, V2, V3. I'm going to be making new videos as well. So, you guys can keep a lookout for that. I'm going to make brand new videos for K2 probably this month and next month to break it down and provide like confluences and stuff like that so that you guys have a better understanding as to like, what to apply. Because we have a lot of strategies now and it's, I know it's a bit confusing for certain people, but it, it's a game changer when you guys have the entire arsenal at your disposal. So other than that, I don't really see much here. There's a V3 right here on the 1 minute. I'm not looking to take it because it's right at the sessions, but I'll draw it up for you guys right here just to show you guys. Yeah, I just find this one to be too risky because it's right at the sessions. It can easily just bounce off and continue dropping lower. And I'm not really looking to take any buys anyway. So even if I saw it there, I wouldn't have taken it. Yeah, other than that, I don't really see much here. 3 minute right, or the 5 minute right here, possibly another buy. And that's exactly why I wouldn't want to take it, because you can see right here that it's right at the sessions and it's bouncing directly off it. It's just too risky. Not worth the risk at all. Here, let me just scroll up real quick and see what else am I missing over here. Yeah, Matt said I love the V1s with the double tap on price. Yeah, no, and those are pretty solid too. They're usually pretty good. Sam said, I see for the V2, you put the same parameters for the V3. No, Sam. So I didn't for the V2. Like for example, right here, there was a V2. I'm gonna delete this right here because this is not a trade that we're in. That's exactly why we want to take this trade, guys. We wouldn't want to take this trade because it's bouncing right off the sessions right here. So this is why you guys don't want to trade where the sessions are at. It's actually hitting the old liquidity from earlier. There's liquidity down here, and it's now hitting it again, pushing lower. But anyways, back to what I was saying earlier with Sam. So for the V2 right here, the parameters are different. The V2 are going to be 3100. 300 to 100, so 100 profit, or we would use 10 actually. So it's 30-10 right here for the V2. For the V3, you put it at the previous swing right here, which should be 40. So those are two separate entries right there for the V2 and the V3 for this high right there. Let me scroll down a little bit. Jeff's asking, was there a V3 1 minute at 719? High low was green, had a red candle following it. 719. 719. I don't see anything right here. Oh, let me, probably replay it. Yeah, so this would be a V3 right here. We did have the high there, and we would have the red candle. So this is how you would take it. However, let's see how far the TP was, or stop loss. Stop loss is too close. So like one thing that you guys also want to keep in mind is the stop loss, right? If there's not much space in between, it's going to be too risky of a trade. Usually, I know on the 5 minute, I usually like to have about a 500 pip stop loss. So if you've seen EW in the group, EW has been taking pretty much all the 5 minutes with a fixed TP stop loss, like 500, 500. And he's been doing pretty good, like hitting almost every trade on the 5 minute. Also on the 10 minute, he uses a fixed 750 stop loss TP. So, I mean, there's different ways to do it. Currently right now, we move it at the previous high or low. This would be too close because the thing is, you might get stopped out just because of the spread. So in some situations like this, if it's too wide or if it's too low, like for example, I'm capped at 750, right? If it's anything above that, I usually skip it because it's too high. Vice versa, there's also can be instances where it's too low, where it's like, it's full 120 pips. Because if your spread's like 100 pips, you're gonna get screwed if it goes in drawdown, like even by 2 pips. So like right there. But yeah, that would technically be an entry right there, but this is why we don't really apply it on the 1 minute. I haven't taken any V3s on the 1 minute because it's just too risky. Also, another thing to keep in mind is the fact that, so like, for example, right here, this one right here has a bigger range or a bigger. All right, so this is one that would probably be a little bit better, right? Because it's like way wider. It's not at like 100 pips. This is at like 70 pips. But again, you're on the 1 minute, so it's still kind of risky. So let me take that. That one would have hit TP right there. So as you guys can see, if you guys can see the difference here, there's going to be a risk if your stop loss is too close, and there's going to be another risk if your stop loss is too wide. So you want to have it in between that space where you have some cushion there. But yeah, Jeff, that would technically be an entry, but it's not one that I would have taken because the stop loss would have been too close. You don't want to take trades when price is barely moving, because like, for example, here, if price is moving, like each candle right here is moving like 600 pips, right? Everything's moving 600 pips, and all of a sudden you get this red candle right here. And this is moved like less than 100 pips. It's probably going to be a bad move because there's going to be a lot of red flags there when you guys are looking at certain things. But hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Just be careful if the stop loss is too small or if it's too wide, because it can have an impact. There's always going to be different factors in the market. And that's probably what I'm going to be including in the new videos. I'm going to go over the sessions more in detail. I'm going to be going over the retail sentiment, going over a lot of this new stuff that we didn't really use, years back. You guys got to keep in mind that a lot of those videos that we created on the course, those are created like 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So they haven't been updated since then, aside from the YouTube videos that have been posted. So let me scroll down a little bit and see what else I'm missing. Sisu's asking if that's a high low on the 1 minute. So I don't see any high lows here, Sisu. Not sure. Let's see, your message came in at 744. Let me rewind this real quick. 744. So I don't see any high lows right here. This looks like this was a previous low. It got invalidated by this one. This one broke below, so that one wouldn't count. And there's nothing on the upper side either. So I'm not sure if you saw something different there. Oh, you might have been talking about this right here, huh, Sisu? So right here, there would have to be about 5 candles for it to establish. Since there was no 5 candles, it didn't establish, and this became the new low. So yeah, no high lows here from what I see. Let's go back from that point. Let me scroll down. Maddie said 5 minute needs to close above the sessions. Yeah, still no entry here though, because that low right there was a green candle. Yeah, exactly. C6 said being so close to the session is super risky. I agree. Lisa said I accidentally hit buy. Thank God it went that way. I need to change it from my phone. Yeah, probably want to do that, Lisa. I've done that too before. Lisa said I almost blew my funded account putting an extra 0 on my lot size on this 50K this week. I'm on trading probation. That buy sent me through. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. All right, Matt. Yeah, so Matt said have a good weekend, fam. See you all on Monday. Definitely. Oh, C6 took an accidental trade. All right, guys, so it's getting close to 8. I think this might be it for the session. I'm not looking to take anything too risky today. So, I mean, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, looks like we'll be having our mentoring session next week on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll put a poll up in the group to see what day works best for most people. And then we can set that up. Otherwise, I think today's too risky to take any trades right now. I'll go down the list again. I'll see if there's anything for us to take. So let's go over here to the 1 minute. Nothing there. 3 minute. Nothing there. Probably a pending V3 if it does close on the 3 minute. So possibly V3 here if it closes green. The next candle is red. Looking at the 5 minute, same situation, but it's right at the session. So I'm not looking to take anything there either way. Same with the 10 minute here. There's just nothing for us to take on any of these time frames. Definitely Mauricio. Yeah, happy weekend to you too. Yeah, Mauricio said, happy weekend, Sean. Great leadership again this week. Definitely Mauricio. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys profit. I'll go through the list here to see if you guys have profits you guys sent in. So Milazan over here locked in 102. Nice work, Milazan, off that. Rick over here locked in 3,220. Great work, Rick. And if you guys have more profits, go ahead and send them in, and then I will add them to the list for profits that will be posted later today. Jeff over here as well, locked in 1,021. Nice work, Jeff. Dejan over here locked in a total of 4,832. Nice work, Dejan right here. Killed it. Nice. Yeah, he said he took a little bit off that 1 minute off the live. Same with this right here. Isaac locked in a total of, wow, 50K. That's crazy. Isaac's locking in like 50K a day, it seems like now. He said he said traded first 2 hours of Asia session, then London 2 to 5:38 a.m. Captured 23 wins, 1 loss due to a spike at exit. Also 7 wins during the K2 live session. Nice work, Isaac. So Isaac is up 50K again today. Every day Isaac is locking in around 50K. He's trading around the clock, but I mean, he's doing amazing. So great work right there, Isaac. I'm gonna have to take some notes out of your playbook. So he trades first 2 hours of Asia session. Maybe that's like what we would look out for, maybe just early Asia session, and then just hold off until pre-market and then throughout the live. So amazing work right here, Isaac. 50K for the week, for the day, man, that's crazy. Wow. And Isaac takes them all in the 1 minute. So definitely something to, keep in mind. Jason over here locked in a total of 3,058. Nice kill off that last sell over there. Made some nice profit off that, Jason. So great work there. Jeremy as well. Jeremy is up 7,110. So amazing work right there, Jeremy. You guys are all killing it. Let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Maddie locked in 800 off this account. So nice work right there, Maddie. His second account, 650. Nice work right there, Maddie. His third account, 1,702. Another good job right there, Maddie. And then his fourth account right here locked in 1,400. So amazing work right there, Maddie, across all your accounts. Doing good. Zildjian over here locked in a total of 1,646. So nice work right there too, Zildjian. Off your account. Other than that, let's see, Joshua over here as well, locked in a total of 1,574. So nice profit all across the board here, guys. Great work, Joshua. Great work, everybody. Let's see, Ken over here as well. Nice. Ken locked in a total of 2,124. Yeah, Ken said, I think he's done for the day. Friday always messes with him. Took a lot of trades off the 5-minute strategy. Possibly curve trading against the trend next week will be a no. Yeah, no, smart idea there, Ken. So Ken right here, he's been using the 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute as a confluence. So he basically looks at like how they move. And then if he finds an entry, if any of them using the variation, he'll take them if they're like kind of moving in the same direction. So that's a smart move right there. I mean, this is a way that I used to trade a lot back in the day. I just use one chart now, but this is definitely one that I would use. So if you guys want to see, this is something that you guys might want to, you guys might want to try out to give you guys a better idea as to like how the market is moving. Let's see Charles over here as well. So Charles over here locked in a total of 835 for the day. Nice work, Charles. Other than that, I think that's it for now. I'll check out the personal messages later. So I don't want to put everyone's business out there. So I'll take a look at those a little later. Our price is right next to the sessions right here. So I'm not really looking to take it. CSUK over here as well, locked in 1,000 off that account. His other account locked in 7,260. Nice work, CSUK. And then his third account, he locked in 14,000 right here. So amazing work right there, CSUK. Amazing work to everybody. You guys have been killing it pretty much all throughout the day. Yeah, Maddie's calling it a day too. So Maddie's done for the day. Nice. Maddie said he's up 37,200 for the week. So that's good right there, Maddie. I mean, that's more than most people would make a month, if not a year. And then Maddie said a 1 minute V3 just hit again. So yeah, again, right here, we had a high sell signal right there, or not sell signal, but a red candle. And this right here, about 35. Yeah, full TP right there. So it looks like the V3 does work very well in 1 minute. You just have to be very fast and you have to be ready to take these trades here. So we'll see where it goes from there. Lisa said sleep time. Thanks. I'll have a fab weekend definitely, Lisa. We'll see you on Monday. Kim said, can you create an indicator that automatically executes all of Isaac's winning trades? I know, right? That'd be the dream. But yeah, man, Isaac's killing it, dude. That's crazy. He's up 50K a day. That's crazy. If you guys have seen all of Isaac's posts, I mean, you can just, even if you just click on here and just go to Isaac, and every day Isaac's been killing it, right? 50K right there. What did Isaac do the day before that? 50K again. What did Isaac do the day before that? That was Thursday. What about on Wednesday? What did he do on Wednesday? Tuesday, he locked in 10K. He locked in 30K, 36K. So Isaac's been killing it. I mean, it seems like Isaac's been on the 1 minute and he just takes these, basically the V3s. It seems like he's been killing it. I mean, this whole week, it looks like Isaac's probably made about 100K across all of his accounts. So I know I helped Isaac tweak his stop loss a little bit, kind of moved it to 400. I think what Isaac might be doing is setting his stop loss to a fixed 400 pip. And then he just goes for the swing, which is useful. I mean, it's super useful. Like, for example, right here, if you were to take the sell here, or there's actually no sell there. If you take a buy here, having a fixed stop loss will allow you to minimize your losses whenever it doesn't go your way. So for example, here, if your stop loss was at 400, and then your TP was, I don't know, because it's only like about 300. So either way, you'd have a negative risk reward in some instances. Some instances it'll be in your favor. So right there, full TP. I mean, man, it's just, there's a lot of different ways to do it, guys. Like, there's not just one way to trade. I definitely got to figure out what a good sweet spot is for the TP stop loss. I think for now, what we have is good, but it is a lot of work having to adjust it every couple trades and whatnot. So other than that, guys, it is now 8 o'clock. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Telegram or email me. Maddie said, I think 40 should be good on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, I think so too, Maddie. So maybe I'll play around with the 1 minute. Maybe I'll take some, maybe not today, but next week we'll definitely be playing around with it. Yeah, 400 pip stop loss, smaller lot size, and then just let the trades run to where they need to go. I think that'd be good. Because you can do that. Like you can just set your TP and then your stop loss, and then you can adjust your TP along the way if you need to. So I think that'll be good. So, all right, guys, other than that, feel free to message me, email me, guys. Have a great weekend. Be safe. We'll be back here on Monday. I'll get everything all set up and then we'll be ready for this. I think next week should be a lot better. It is NFP next week, so volatility will be a lot higher and market will probably be moving a lot smoother so that we can catch these trades here on the 5 minute. Yeah, definitely, guys. Brock, thank you, Sean. Much appreciated for walking with us. You're a true soldier. No, definitely, Brock. I'm glad to help you guys. Ken said 400K a week. Some get, I know, right? Yeah, no, definitely, Ken. I mean, that's crazy. Imagine that, right? Making 100K a week normally, or even a day. It's pretty blows. It blows my mind, guys, because there's so much possibility here with trading. Maybe eventually I'll start trading riskier and then I'll be making these huge profits, but who knows? For now, I'm going to stay conservative. But other than that, guys, I think that's it. So have a great weekend, guys. And I will see you guys here